Kuala Lumpur at night. Look at the contrast. Look at these big buildings. Wait, just want to walk down here a little bit and just walk back. And look at like these old style buildings here. So you got that. And then you got that on that side. Assalamu alaikum. This was the mosque that we prayed in. We just needed to get to a mosque. We were running so late. And someone gave us the name of this mosque that was the closest to where we were. We called Grabs twice. It was just saying like 15 minutes, then 13 minutes, but the 13 minutes wasn't moving. So we decided to walk it. We almost gave up, to be honest. We were going to go to the hotel and pray in the hotel. Almost gave up. But alhamdulillah, Allah pushed us. Faris was at first very disappointed. When I said, no, we're going to walk. But alhamdulillah, he ended up praying more Taraweeh than me. And you know, everything happens for a reason, because we were in the new part of Kuala Lumpur, and maybe we wouldn't have seen this area, and I'd like to see different areas. Okay, look, you know, it's the streets here are dirty and so on, but you know, you see some people living normally, or maybe even struggling. It's nice to it's nice to see the different parts of a country, the different parts of a city, rather than just seeing the wealthy tourist area. So alhamdulillah that we ended up here. And there's our Ferris. That's where we are. Berjaya Times Square. Yeah, so we were going the wrong way anyway. So see, again, as I said, things happen for a reason. You were saying, let's go that way. I said, no, let me come back down here. I want to film this area. And actually, we were going the wrong way. So yeah, that's where we're staying. And contrast that with these streets around here. So the majority of the people in the mosque, in the masjid, were Bengali, and there were a few Malay, but we had a good chat. I couldn't get it on camera. You know, people sometimes with the camera, they maybe not as open, not as welcoming. So I just left it. You know. They were very hospitable. After the salah, they gave us some cold coffee, and Faris had some sort of milkshake. I don't think he liked it. Did you like it?
I liked it.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, he liked it, but he was saying no. Papaya. And then they got like some takeaways come in. They got some kebab in a pita or in a wrap, in a wrap. And they were like forcing it onto us, but we like resisted. We said, look, you know what? No, we're full, because we don't know if they bought it for a certain number of people there or not. But they really wanted to share. And these were a group of Malay brothers. And yeah, if you notice that running across the street, yes, that was a rat that ran across. You know, sometimes these buildings look like this from the outside. They look a bit run down and shabby, and the streets even, you have like downstairs around the bins, there'll be rats and so on. But sometimes the flats inside, people really make them nice. sometimes, you get this impression that it's like just run down and people are living in abject poverty. But sometimes when you go into these flats, they can be really well done and it can feel nothing like it feels on the outside. That's my experience from Morocco. There's some big blocks of buildings. Streets downstairs dirty and just like, the condition really bad. But then when you go up to the flats, you find, inside the flats, they've made it so beautiful and it's so clean inside up there. It's like an oasis in a sort of a dirty, rundown, shabby area. And any of you sharp-eyed people, if you noticed, we saw the second rat running across about 30 seconds ago in this video. Faris didn't see it. He got better eyesight than me, but he didn't see it. I saw it. So that's day, this was day one. Day one in Malaysia is done. We're gonna go to a 7-Eleven, see what we can get. Because we're fasting again tomorrow, so just gonna see what we can get to eat in the morning before the fast starts. Or if not, from a 7-Eleven, if we don't find anything in there, we'll look around, takeaways nearby or something like that. Again, look at that. Look at the buildings up there, and then look here. Yeah, you can hardly see, but look at these blocks. You can just see behind these trees here. What a difference. So, interesting fact about Kuala Lumpur. So, I said in early videos, and if you know, you know, something like if we go somewhere between the different claims about the number of Malays and or Muslims, we tend to use Malay and Muslim as like synonymous with each other, because the majority of Malays are Muslim, but there are Muslims minorities among the Indians, and there's even a few Chinese, small numbers, but there are a few Chinese who are Muslim. But yeah, so the country, I go with, let's say 55% of this country is Muslim, more or less, majority of whom are Malay. And what was I going to say? Lost my chain of thought. Oh yes. Twin Towers up there. So I'm going to talk a bit about let's say the bad side of Malaysia, not as a tourist, but for people living here. I went on about the coexistence, and yes, people coexist. People have that live and let live policy about life, but there are underlying tensions or frustrations. You got so the Malays, as I say, somewhere between 50 and 60% of the population, they're favored. There's affirmative action. So in terms, when I say favored, they're favored in terms of university places. So university places will not all be on merit. You won't get a place just based on merit. In a lot of cases, if you are Malay, you'll have a higher chance of getting a university place. and that's by like a policy of the government, and it's been around for a long time. It's not something new. You'd think, oh, okay, that's racist, but actually it's because Malays were left behind in the British colonial system. The British colonial system, what it did was, it created classes of people. Yeah, I think it's there. So there's 7-Eleven there. So you had the Malays were during colonialism were left as farmers, farming the land, agriculture, and Indians were a lot in working as plantation workers. And then the Chinese were big in business people, successful. So when the colonial system came down, this continued. Certain races had an advantage over the others. An economic advantage. The Chinese were and are wealthy, and whether that's because of some colonial design or whether it's just because they're really good business people, really efficient workers, I'd say the truth is somewhere in between. I would say somewhere in between. And I also come from an industrious minority in South Africa, so I know I can see it from a Chinese point of view as well. It's like it's not your fault you're a good businessman. It's not your fault that you're successful. It's not your fault that you overachieve. And then the government wants to undo these imbalances. And then, just like in South Africa and my country, we also have affirmative action. Because the native Africans were left behind really badly by the apartheid system. So then the government came in and put in laws where even in a university, if you're black African, you got a more chance of getting a university placement. Your results in exams at school, you could achieve lower results and get a place, for example, in medical school or some other faculty. You could get it before someone who had much better results than you in school. So it's a case of, like, an African student in South Africa, if you got a C pass, so that's like 60%, and then you had someone who's of, say, an Indian or a white background or mixed race, maybe they got all A's, so 80 to 100% in school, but there's a chance the African student with 60% may get the place over someone who's a straight A student. So, is this the way? What do you want? Isn't it this side? This is the building, no? You sure? So let's see if Paris knows where he's going. But yeah, that's the thing, you know. So similar thing, affirmative action, where the native people who are in this country are Malays, they have more of a chance of getting into university than someone of a different race. And this is how it is in South Africa as well. And in both cases, it's to address an imbalance caused by an oppressive system, apartheid in South Africa, in Malaysia, colonialism, where by race people were put in classes under British colonialism. By race, the Indians, you know, the Tamils were the plantation workers. By race, the Malays were the farmers. And by race, the Chinese were the business people. Oh yeah. Times Square West. Yeah. So,
It's here, right?
I think so. So what's right and what's wrong? I don't know. You can understand governments wanting to uplift the native people who have been left behind. It's closed now. And also you can put yourself in the shoes of a person who's just working hard, whether he's an Indian or a Chinese person who's really excelling in school but can't get a place, and a Malay or an African person gets a place instead of them in each respective country, even though they worked really hard. So it's a tough one. The government's got a duty to address imbalances and help the native people, but at the same time, on an individual basis, how do you feel if your dream was to be in a certain profession and then you can't get into it because of your race, because you are not from the native population? So yeah, this is an issue here in Malaysia, and something else even on property, I believe. In certain areas, property, like a Malay may get a 7% discount on the property over someone who's not Malay. So I'm learning myself. So if I'm saying anything here that's totally incorrect, and you're from the country, whatever ethnic group you are, whatever religious group, please comment, educate me as well. I just have like an outline of the situation and can understand from all ethnic groups, and I compared it with my country. But obviously, I would like to learn more from you. Lychee, Fanta lychee. It's my favorite fruit, lychee. South Africans watching this, especially my brother, they're gonna be ripped because we pronounce it lychee in South Africa, not lychee. Look for a drink, Faris. And this is not 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven's far. It's called KK Buka 24. It's 24 hours open, so it's open longer than 7-Eleven. So we got two suhoor here. So if you want to take like a chocolate milk or something. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe get a basket. Aren't these strawberry flavored milk, chocolate flavored milk? Yeah. It's more expensive than UK. I think because it's this kind of straw. It's not like a equivalent of Asda or something.
Oh, this?
You can take if you want. Yeah, that's because we need to have something before we start our fast.
Like this smaller? Or now?
I mean, the hotel is right here, so take a big one and drink from the big one.
I'm checking the thing.
What?
For 7-Eleven. It's there.
Where?
Inside the tag.
But that'll be closed. Oh, in the mall.
In the mall.
So why we came here then?
Because I was looking for the other.
Okay, you want to take that? Do you think that'll be good? Look, I think you took the dark.
What?
Which one you took?
Chocolate flavor.
Turn it around. Okay, take that. Dutch lady. Yeah, take it. in case the other one's closed. It probably is closed. So it's like a dry fruit. We get this in South Africa as well. We collectively call all of them China fruit. I was looking for a sour plum, a different one, but they didn't have, so just gonna take this. Oh, it's got a halal sign, so yeah.
Dried fish. Scarf.
Dried fish. Yeah.
Nothing allowed.
Nothing. Because you have to get something, unless you want to come down. Maybe there's some 24-hour restaurants, so have something to eat. Maybe. There's no mosque close enough. May even be here. That's sour plum. Preserved plum.
Preserved plum. What's that?
This thing is, I don't know how it. You need to see how it looks.
Looks dry. It feels dry.
Yeah. Honey
Sour
eye prune. Where's sour plum?
That's what.
Preserved plum. Preserved fruits. Rabbit brand. I'll try it. Try both. Yeah? What's that?
550.
Yeah, it's good. Nothing for eating. So far, Chinese places are open. You had like sea cucumber or
No.
no?
I forgot it was something. Sea snail.
This is lobster.
Yeah.
No, and a
King
big
crab.
king crab. Yeah. Look at these things, man.
These fish.
Look at these fish.
I'm after that.
We're gonna take them home.
They look like carp.
These look like oh carp. Yeah.
Unexpected to see.
Carp. Yeah. These are cichlids, isn't it?
I think so. They're very good.
So you're not gonna be our morning meal before our fast.